officials and other sectors, honorable guests, our fellow judges, various schools from all provinces, I greet you all. Standing before you is Mehlwana Ebihle. I'm with my team, Vuyisa T. Bagandela, Rajete Sindo, and Lina M. Nodal. We are here to represent Nyosini Senior Secondary School in the Eastern Cape Province of South Africa under the Alfredo West District. Right. And this is the presentation outline. And this is the problem statement. Nyosini community is plus minus 20 kilometers to Sipetu Hospital, characterized by many elderly people who are staying alone and some are bedridden, which make things difficult to get their chronic medication. Some they end up defaulting treatment because they can't tolerate long queues and unreliable transportation, which cause many fatalities. These elderly people end up being assisted by their neighbors or their family members, although this is not a solution. And this is the pilot of the challenge. The pilot is done at Nyosini SSS by grade 9 learners in the Alfredo West District in the Eastern Cape. Sipetu Hospital is under Tabagulu in the Eastern Cape, mostly surrounded by remote areas. The project aims to address problems encountered by elderly people facing when taking treatment. And this is our presentation. As Nyosini SSS, we decided to conduct an investigation about problems facing elderly members of our communities who are on chronic medication. We discovered that almost 70% plus minus fatalities of the elderly are due to non-adherence to medical schedules. Most of them are suffering from chronic diseases such as BP, asthma, and diabetes, just to name a few. Their main problem is defaulting, mixing up of pills, under or overdosage of treatment, and outright abandonment. Now, as a team, we came up with a novel idea of a mechanical tool like a medical dispensing robot that will act like a human, and it will be available 24/7, 365 days a year. The target group for this medical dispensing robot is elderly people and disabled people. Thank you. Over to you, Luis.
Thank you. Projects. Barakat Pamandla and Guma Eso. I am here to demonstrate and showcase our very own garbage collecting robot to reduce environmental waste, as we have identified that waste mismanagement is one of South Africa's greatest environmental challenges. I would like you to imagine a world where garbage is no longer a problem, where the environment is cleaner and animals are not harmed by the waste we produce. Wouldn't it be a great place to live in? But did you know that 75% of an estimated waste produced in South Africa ends up in the landfills? 15% is recycled, while only 10% is reused. This is due to the higher population rates in our country and the making of new technological products. I'm talking about products like metals, papers, cottons, and so on. Some of these materials are non-biodegradable, meaning which they do not rot to enrich the soil. An example of these materials are polystyrene cups. Polystyrene cups do not rot to enrich the soil. Instead, they release poisonous chemicals that end up affecting groundwater. Bearing in mind that some communities rely on boreholes as their source of water, so them using this polluted water will result in them getting sicknesses that may sometimes lead to death. Waste is also dangerous to sea and marine animals. However, there are different ways that are used by the community to dispose this garbage correctly. They use garbage trucks, plastics, pits, and so on. But this method of picking, transportation, and offloading of garbage is manual. It takes a lot of time. It is unsafe, unhygienic, and unhealthy. It costs huge amounts of money, even if the job is not successfully done in the end. As you know that technology is about solving people's problems using our skills, knowledge, and available resources to make practical solutions that will solve the identified problem. Even in our team, we have used available resources like Masonite board to design and make our own garbage collecting robot, which is unique. It's one of a kind. It's never been done before. It's an original piece from us.
All right.
This garbage collecting robot will pick garbage fast, offload it, transport it, and cut costs of labor. It will minimize mistakes usually.
I'm Citizen Khafuza and I'm from JSS in Eastern Cape, Ngeleni, or Tabo Coastal District. Our problem statement is that is unaffordability of uniform by parents in our community and other disadvantaged rural areas is a barrier to education. About 10% of learners, that is 10 out of 100 learners in rural areas, drop out of school because they don't have proper uniforms to wear at school. Some keep going to school and pushing out those circumstances of wearing torn uniform because they have a dream of changing the situation back at home. But the situation at school affects them psychologically. The solution we came up with, our solution is that after coming across the learners from poor families who mostly rely on social grant relief, we decided that we were going to make a sewing robot. This robot will cut the cost of uniform by 40%, as there will be no direct labor cost when the uniform is sewn by a robot. The quality of the uniform will improve as there will be reduction in errors that are made by humans when sewing. Our method in solving the problem, we did research on something that can reduce prices of new uniform, as there are many parents who don't afford school uniform. The sewing robot was the best solution. This robot will help cut the costs of the uniform as there will be no direct labor costs. The robot will use servo motors to turn and pick the materials and feed the automated sewing machine, which will start sewing. The human effort will only be needed to ensure the right positioning of the materials to the machine. This robot will also be able to produce more items than a human being, as the robot is way faster than a human being in production.
Target market. Our target market are the shops that are selling sewing machines, as well as those people who are sewing clothes. Selling our product to people who make clothes, seamstresses, will help them